The real opportunity for and the real dream of our business is to grow our community, grow like-minded and empower women like yourselves to continue taking those chances, continue taking those opportunities to buy, to flip houses, to get your own dreams coming true. And we just want to be a part of that.
Louise began her journey as a bank teller back in 1985, and after years of mortgage broking and teaching property investors with others, she founded the Property Education Company in 2015. This woman moves and shakes, seriously. She won National Residential Mortgage Broker of Australia in 2016 and in 2024. They won the National Best Customer Service Award for Finance and Insurance Services in Australia. While James is a qualified chiropractor, Louise decided he was earning too much money and she complained he wasn't doing too much. So she dragged him in and thought she'd make better use of his brain. She also said this morning that she's brought him along as eye candy. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, that's really embarrassed you and I don't care. So Louise and James, please make them welcome.
Okay, I've just got something to say before Louise comes up. What you should know is this amazing woman is actually our major sponsor. Now, well, it's true.
It's because I love working with you.
Oh,
that's why.
Thank you. Oh, we have a little love fest up here.
We do.
I
love it. I love it when Bernadette rings me and says, oh, look, I've referred to this lady. She just needs our help. And I know you won't mind talking to her. And I'd love doing that too.
Because usually that lady can't get finance, so I know she's not going to get any work out of it. So I've sent a few...
Yeah, but we love that.
Yeah.
We don't mind helping people because that's what we do.
Yeah.
So,
and she gives me all the challenging ones anyway.
It's common for really big businesses to take on what Louise has taken on, but she's just a little business. And I just really want to acknowledge that because we really appreciate it.
You're beautiful. Thank you. You are amazing.
No.
There's no one. Can I just give Bernadette, how could she say, this woman helps everyone step up, and that's why we're here. You know, we love being with part of this community. So thank you, beautiful lady.
Thank you.
And I want to thank Deb. Can you give her a big round? Isn't she amazing? I'm always like in awe of her every single day. When I see her at an event, I'm just so impressed. I'm Louise, this is James. We're from the Property Education Company. We actually help people with finance, and James is getting all the tech. How good was that, bringing him to help with the tech? So I'm very, very grateful for that. People often ring me in a desperate lather to get finance. They go, oh, I found the property, no deposit, no job, and desperate, I have to buy this one. And then we always have to say, let's take a big deep breath and wait while we get yourself sorted. And has anyone ever done that before? Just rung and said, yes, we want to do it today, Louise, we want to do it today. And so we often have to make people understand there is always another property, and it mightn't feel like it at the time, but finance, it's better to get sorted first. We really love that. But one of the things that concerns me often, and helping people step up, is that even last year, in 2023, it's estimated that between 11 and 23 property investors percent, not 11 people, 11 to 23, nearly 20% of people, property investors, sold their property at a loss. So they actually lost money. And they've held it. And one of the big research institutes in Australia, the 𝗵𝗁, the Australian Housing Urban Research Institute, they have estimated that up to 50% of property investors lose money by investing. And the main reason they do that is they don't hold the property long enough, or they don't flip and they spend too much. Bernadette's the only person I have ever met who will flip and make money, and now Liz and their gang, but people come to us all the time saying they're going to flip, they start them, they have no idea what they're doing, they spend too much and they stuff it up. So if you're going to work with anyone, do it with an expert, because it really concerns me. And we feel awful for people because they lose money. So we want you to make money investing. So we today are talking about finance, and because finance is just such a thrilling subject, because I could talk about it all day, and I know, I can see you're all like, oh yeah, we can't wait. No, we have a quiz for you, so get out your mobile phones, because we're going to need, so first up, oh, this is a renovation that you'd really want to have, wouldn't it? And you see, this is what happens when people do things the wrong way.
This is my house, by the way. Thank you very much.
so you don't do a reno like this one, we want you to not do finance like that either. We really want you to step up into the right way. And we've got our disclaimer, yes. Understand this is general advice. If we say something on the hop that's not quite what you understand, please come and see us and let's talk about your personal circumstances today. And the next thing we want to talk about is, I just want to thank all the clients who are mine who are here. Morning, Pat, Demelza, Jaden, Sevda, lots and lots of the planners, lovely, lovely. Thank you all for your support and for coming along today. We're really thrilled to have you here. So, the first thing, you're going to introduce the quiz.
So, we've got 10 questions there in our quiz, so whip out your phones, scan the QR code, and we're going to get you all into our quiz. Now, there are prizes.
Oh, lots of prizes.
Lots of prizes. We've got a couple of giveaways, but this quiz is based on speed and correct answers. So we hope you're smart, but we hope you're fast, because there is a grand prize at the very end. So we're waiting for everyone to join.
Just one thing on that. Hang on. Yeah. With the prizes, it's not all about brains. Do not worry, or speed. There are some giveaways here today, so it's well worth your while entering in and being part of it. Here you go. So, and people online, hop on in.
Are people already sad about a quiz, I see? Oh, we got some love. That's the main thing.
You got some funny names there, have you? Is that what you're seeing?
No, I'm looking at the reactions. There we are, a bit more love. And Robin's a bit sad that she's doing a quiz, I say.
That's no good. Don't worry, you could be a real winner here today. So we're going to make this as fun as we can.
I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer and then we're going to get started. Now, there are multiple different types of quiz questions. Some where you will be moving the answers in order, some where you will be matching the phrases together, and some you'll be selecting categories for each answer. The QR code back, or you can go to ahaslides.com and enter the code there, but the QR code is back. There we are. We'll leave this here for a couple more seconds.
Now, the real trick with the first question is you've got to move the 3 little white dots on the side. Is that right?
I think it's 6, but yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, let's get going. We able to turn the music up just a touch? Oh, it's good, isn't it? All right. Everyone ready? Let's begin. Well, I'm going to close that and...
Okay, first question. So, which are the 5 biggest banks in Australia in order? So, move them into the correct order. Heads down, concentrating.
I assume everyone knows the biggest, but what are the next 4 is the main?
How are you going? Waiting. Going well? Elena's all over it. Good on you.
Remember to submit at the very bottom.
Yes, press that submit button. 3, 2, 1. Woo! And there's the correct order. Okay.
68 people.
Well done. 68. Well, that was... But don't worry about whether it's wrong or right. Your prizes aren't dependent on that. So, CBA is obviously the largest, Westpac next, NAB, and is the major business banking in Australia, and ANZ. And Macquarie's the 5th largest bank, and they're making their move up.
We're talking with our Macquarie BDMs, our business development managers with them, and they are trying to become a top 4 lender, being an entirely online bank. So they're making interesting movements in the market at the moment.
But there are many, we have as many as 40 different lenders available to us, so don't think we just use the top 5. There are many more, and that's the advantage of being able to find others, because sometimes you might not fit them as well as they think they might want you. So if you only go directly to a bank, you only get their choices. So make sure we have lots of choices for you. Oh, hello. Is that your ship, Demelza, is it?
Okay, let's have a look at the results. In top place, we have Melissa, Felicity.
Oh, equally. Yeah, well done.
Look at the 2 of you.
So where's Melissa and Felicity? Are they here? Yay.
Okay, Let's see if we can keep that number 1 spot in place.
But there's plenty of opportunity, don't worry.
Next question, we'll be selecting categories for this one. So which documents do you need to provide when applying for a home loan?
So some you move into correct and some into incorrect documents.
I did have gym membership at one point as the answers, and I don't think anyone would have believed me that it was a correct document.
Scroll down, and you've got to scroll down and make sure they're all there, right down to the bottom. Now these are generally required. Seconds to go. How you going? Good.
3, 2, and 1. Well done, team. We've got 82 correct, 5. Oh, the 5 who missed out. So sorry. Well, let's have a look and see how we all went. Melissa's still pulling ahead. Felicity in close second. Carol, Sylvia, and Rishi.
Yay, good.
All right. So, team, the next question is going to be a match question.
Oh, can we just go back and review what you need and what you don't?
Absolutely.
So,
oh, wait, no, we can't. Oh, well, we're moving forward. Now I've done it.
Yeah, sorry, that's my fault. Okay, so we should have, next time we'll review first. Okay?
We'll review first next time.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one, we'll be matching.
Oh, so one of the things, I just wanted to comment on the documents, right? I know.
Well
too late. Go.
Comment on it later.
This is an easy one. Just match the initials to the scheme, the government scheme. Oh, good. Gabriel's all over it. This was an easy one, wasn't it? Okay. Yes. Oh, sure.
It's VBNB9.
Sorry, VB. Yep. V for Victor, B for Bob.
Okay, we'll talk about this one real quick then. So, the first home buyer's deposit scheme for anyone who is a first home buyer in or out of the room. So, as you know, well, maybe some of you know, you can borrow up to 95% with a low deposit with no lender's mortgage insurance.
Because usually when you borrow over 80%, you have to pay mortgage insurance. And that scheme is specifically for first home buyers, and it's a federal government scheme. Has anyone taken advantage of that here? Yes, great, awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it's hugely beneficial to people.
We do have a lot of first home buyers who come swing by us for pre-approvals, or they've found a place already and they're looking to purchase. So speaking of purchasing property, the first home owner's grant, so particularly with places that are recently established and constructed, so within 5 years, and have never been sold before.
In Victoria, that's the rule, sorry. Not necessarily all across Australia. So that's a state government scheme. In different states, it offers different things, and you have to verify in which state you are. But in Victoria, usually it has to be a brand new property, except if it's a property that has been built but never sold. So the owner built it and moved into it. So we've had clients take advantage of very low deposit for the first scheme, getting $10,000. So they used $27,000. That was all they had as a deposit. They got $10,000 from the state government, and they paid no stamp duty, under $600,000. So it was a gift they got in there. And then 12 months later, they could revalue the property and got out another 100 and whatever thousand, and were able to buy an investment as well. So hallelujah, there's a lot of opportunities. So that says to you, if you're a parent and want to get your child out the door, you can do it for as little as under $30,000. So just keep that in mind.
So the family home guarantee is for our single parents out there who have still got their kids as dependents. It allows you actually to borrow up to 98% of the value of the property with no lender's mortgage insurance as well. So instead of 95, we can go all the way up to 95% for the family home guarantee.
Cool. So is everyone clear on that one? Yes, that was an easy gift. Let's keep going.
Let's keep on. We actually have our leaderboard. Melissa's still pulling ahead. Felicity's still in second. Okay.
We're getting up there. Keep going.
So now we've got our first giveaway.
Ooh, random. So what it's doing is, James is going to hit the button. Here it goes, and it's running through all your names. Woo! Oh, gosh.
Amanda Little.
Where's Amanda?
I come up for your gift.
Come and collect her gift. So, yay! There we go. Yay! Well done, Amanda. This is just for fun. Thank you very much for entering. Yay!
Shall we do one more then?
Oh yeah, let's do one more.
Let's do one more. We've got plenty to give away.
Oh, suspense, it's killing us.
Joe.
Oh, now this is tricky. Who put their name as Joe? Is there only one Joe? Oh, she's in the toilet.
Well, I'm not going to deliver it to her then.
Okay,
so
that's cool. No
Joe
problem.
can come and grab her gift later.
Yeah, no problem. Right, moving right along.
Moving right along. So our next question is going to be multiple choice. There are going to be multiple correct answers. So keep that in mind. So question 4. What is the key benefit of linking an offset account to a home loan? So those of you with offset accounts should know the answer to this. Do you pay less interest? Do you decrease your tax? You pay nothing on an interest-only loan until it is used in the offset? Do you reduce your payments on a principal and interest loan? Do you reduce your living expenses with an offset? Can you increase your borrowing capacity with an offset? Or can you pay off your loan sooner?
Whoa.
Wow, we've got a lovely spread across the board. Yeah. So the correct answers were you do pay less interest when it comes to using an offset. You do pay nothing on an interest-only loan until it's used, and we'll explain that as well. And you do pay off your loan sooner. So Louise, do you want to take that away?
Yes. So some people thought decrease your tax. Not quite. Because although you're actually paying less interest in effect, so you're actually not decreasing your tax. But we've got accountants in the room who could actually speak to that better than I can. Reduce repayments on your principal and interest loan. That's a real trick for the unwary, because a lot of people think by putting money in an offset account, I'll reduce the repayment, but you don't. The repayment on a principal and interest loan generally, and although there are 1 or 2 loans out in the market now that will do this, but very, very rare. If you have money in an offset, it does not reduce your repayment. It just means you're paying more of the principal off. So you could have a principal and interest loan for $500,000, and you could have $500,000 in your offset account, and every month the repayment will still come out. But it just means you're paying the whole principal. The whole, say, repayment is $4,800. That $4,800 means you're just paying principal off your loan.
And that's how you pay off your loan sooner.
Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. And no, it certainly doesn't increase your borrowing capacity. Your borrowing capacity is dependent on your repayments for sure, but it doesn't change your repayments. So that's how it doesn't help. Okay. Does that make sense to everyone now? Yeah?
Nods around the room. Thank you. We'll continue. So this again is another multi-choice question. Oh, we'll have a look at the leaderboard first. Oh, and rocketing ahead is Oscar. Sylvia, congratulations, rocketing ahead. Is the first place going to stay with you, however? Let's continue. So question 5. What is something that lenders look at when assessing your home loan application? There are multiple correct answers, team. Is it your gender? Is it your age? Do they stalk you on Facebook? Do they care about your health? Do they care about your level of education? Do they look at your credit file? Do they assess your monthly living expenses? And how often are you getting Uber Eats? Some people in the room fairly often, I assume.
Oh, that's mean. Because you think they're looking a bit guilty about it, do you think?
I'm just looking at Dan.
Okay, so correct.
Well
now
done.
that
There
was an
was the
interesting
trick
one.
question there.
Yeah. So yes, age can make a difference. They want to know, and it doesn't mean they won't lend to people who are older. They always will, generally. We can always find a lender no matter how old you are. And that's one of the big misconceptions, that people come to us and go, oh, look, I'm old. I say, it's okay, I'm old, but I know. And so that can often be, but it's just where the lender is and who will accept our exit strategy. You do need to have a way to get out of the loan.
People might be confused that Facebook was ticked there. And yes, they do stalk your Facebook.
They have been known to stalk your Facebook, because some people will, and we've had lenders come back and say to us, oh, not to us on this, but they've told us that this is what they do. Someone has said, oh no, I only have one child, and they go, well, on Facebook you've got a happy Christmas family photo with 3, you know? So people who think they are, who they might suspect of fraud, they will go and check. And also if you've got a partner, some people will declare they're single and they're actually all over Facebook with a partner. So it's worth knowing that if you're going to lie, don't come to us, for one. But it's sensible not to lie, particularly to your broker. Declare everything, and then we will help you find the right lender for you. Okay? So that's worth knowing. Your health is something that they will consider. If you have some very misfortunate cancer or something like that, you have to let them know. That's part of the agreement. So the preference is that if you're in remission and you're healthy and we're all good again, then we're fine to go. But you just want to let lenders know on what circumstances that you're facing. Your credit file, obviously everyone's good on that, and your monthly living expenses, although they're a lot less rigorous than they were. At one point they were checking, I had someone ring and ask me, what's that $5.90 they spend every morning at blah, blah, blah? I go, well, I'll give you one guess. That would be coffee. And some of them have their head so far down when they're looking at a file, they don't understand the assessment. And I had a client who's an accountant who recently sent through a statement, and she had 2 cents interest charged and something else interest, like it was 1 cent. And I said, what are they? That you're not in arrears. Like, what happened there? And she said, I don't know. She rang them and they refunded it was in error. But the lender we were going to said, hey, what are these charges? Is this some sort of debt that we don't know about? So if you find a mistake like that on your statements, and you should be looking for them, make sure you ring and get them rectified, because it really can help your credit. Yeah, and no, they don't check your Uber Eats. There you go. You can happily eat that, but we will note. They do check your statements for every direct debit that goes out. Okay? So it's worth knowing. If you want to clean up your act 3 months before you come to us, that's really helpful, just saying. 3 months of no paying for anything, and then we're really good. Just a few minor things going out. Geez, I go, aren't they good? You know. So anyway, next, any questions on that one? No, we're good.
Fantastic. And the leaderboard is showing that Melissa's climbing back to her lead.
Oh, Demelza's, come on. Yay!
There we are, Demelza.
On the board. Good job.
Okay, the next question again is... Which type of loan offers the lowest interest rates, ranked from the least to the most expensive? Now, this can be tricky. Some people may be familiar with low document loans or lines of credit.
You're all concentrating, it's great to see. You're a bit hard. Glad we're on first thing in the morning, aren't you?
The surprise quiz from the teacher. On finance of all things. How mean.
Okay, and the answers are, okay, obviously an owner-occupied principal interest loan generally has the cheapest interest rate. Okay? Some people sometimes think that owner-occupied loans can be interest only and that will be the same. They are not. That used to be the case about 15 to 20 years ago, but often owner-occupied interest-only loans are more expensive than investment interest-only loans. Okay? So sometimes people think, oh, if I just make my loan go interest-only, I'll be able to afford to keep my house and keep going. Generally, a bank will not look on that very favourably, because if you can't afford your repayment, principal and interest on a house, then maybe you need to sell, or you need to move out and rent somewhere cheaper and rent it out. So that's a real risk, all right? However, investment principal and interest loans, they are often competitive with owner-occupied loans. They generally, since the Royal Commission, they will charge a slightly higher interest rate, but some lenders will match your owner-occupied rate with your investment rate, and you'll get the same low rate on them both. So it's worth asking the question. Investment interest-only loans are generally more expensive. However, and they also affect your servicing. So people say, oh, well, I've got 5 years interest only on that loan, which is great, but then I can't get the next loan. And that's because the interest only is assessed harder than a principal and interest loan. So it makes it harder to borrow more. Is that clear? Yep. Yes, no. Yeah, good. Low document loans are generally for self-employed people who don't have the financials yet, but are making the money. And they're often competitive now. We can get them in early sevens with barely any documentation at all to verify your income. But lines of credit used to be the flavour of the month, and people talk about lines of credit being, oh, that's what I need to do my flip or renovating. Generally, they are way priced outside the market. And why is because ASIC ruled that these loans, the banks generally are not even offering them in a lot of cases anymore, and they've priced them well out of the market, because what they found was people would have a line of credit for their owner-occupied property and they just never pay it off. And 5 years down the track, you could have paid, 50, 100, 200 off without even noticing, but they ended up with a line of credit and they never managed to pay it off. So that being the case, ASIC have made the banks charge a lot higher. So when people come to me all the time saying, oh, I want a line of credit, we generally say that's probably not what you really need, because it's too expensive and it doesn't give you now what you need. An interest-only investment loan with 100% offset for 5 years will generally get you through, and then we can either refinance it or find an alternative. So just so you understand that one. Is that helpful to anyone? Yep, okay.
Are people a little bit confused, as that was a lot of information? Yes.
Okay, will you clear it up?
If you want to talk to us personally about it, we're more than happy to explain. But we shall continue.
Okay.
The leaderboard.
Woo!
Oh, we haven't had much change on the leaderboards there. Okay, we do have our random giveaway again.
Oh, another random. Okay. I need one of those ones. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I wish I could have slowed that, or sped that up, I should say. Annalie! Have we got an Annalie in the room?
Yay! There you go. Can I have a red one, please? Here you go, darling.
At least it's not a spelling quiz.
She couldn't spell her own name. That's good.
Let's see if the next lucky winner spelt their name properly.
Oh, no. Sorry. No.
What?
No.
What are you doing?
We run out.
Oh, we have. We've got one more for Roxanne.
Oh, you do?
We do have one more, see?
No. No, we don't.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Okay. Fix it. I'll fix it later. So, okay. Roxana, don't worry. We will cover you. Keep going. No, you're
so the next
happy.
question. Question 7 of 10.
Oh, we're nearly there. Keep going. The big prize is coming.
Does anyone know what documents are required for low document loans? It is multi-choice.
Oh, this is tricky. It's for self-employed people. Have your best guess. I know what you can have it. It's up. How was that? That was
Now,
a
that
tricky...
did stump a few people.
Oh, yeah. Now, just before you go on. So, sometimes now, for a self-declared income, we can just use, 1, your self-declared declaration, and 2, an accountant's declaration. And the accountant only has to verify, for some lenders, that you can make the repayments. They don't even have to verify your income. So that's a huge game changer, because lenders want to lend. So that's a requirement.
So I can say tomorrow that I earn 200K, and as long as my accountant says that I can make the repayment, I can just say I earn 200K.
Well...
Or 2 million.
Yeah. They want to within the realm, and yeah. And they might check that you actually do run a business and have... So that recently they were checking a client's website to make sure they actually are productive and managing, but yes. However, some other lenders for low doc loans will ask for BAS statements, or GST registration is pretty well mandatory for all, and some will ask for a 6 months trading account.
But not all.
And none of the low doc lenders need a notice of assessment, income tax return, or income statements. They are the part that we don't need to provide. So if you're a self-employed person and you haven't got your tax returns done, that's fine. You can tell us what your income is and we can use the self-declared. Now, do you pay a little premium on your interest? Yes. But is this a great way to get a loan if you need it? Like Liz has had this huge windfall. She might not have done her tax for this year, and so it's in this financial year, she's definitely earned the money. We could do a self-declared income for that circumstances per se. I don't know her full circumstance, so just sorry, but just so you know. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. For low doc people, there's a huge world of opportunities for self-employed. But don't give up your job today and tell me I'm self-employed tomorrow. That's not going to cut it. And some do. So please be wary of that.
But let's check the leaderboards and see what's really important right now.
Okay.
Oscar rocketing ahead. Sylvia in second, Felicity in third. Can Oscar hold the position of first? That's the question.
Right.
All right, now we are up to the next question, question 8. So, will interest rates go up or down? A very heavy question in the market right now. Are they going down? Will they go up? Or do you have no idea? What does the crystal ball say?
I can't wait to see your results on this one.
I like to view as the optimist, the realist, and the pessimist.
Time's up. What do we got? Aha!
Everyone's an optimist for the most part. A few people are very pessimistic about the rates.
But the reality is we have really no confirmation which way the rates might go. And we, even as brokers who hear this advice every single day, it's the same with the share market. If anyone tells you they know what's happening, really they have no idea. And so I would say to you, Commonwealth Bank have brought forward their analysis to say they expect a rate cut in December. NAB have brought theirs forward from June next year through to February. They believe the rate cut will happen. If these economists were always right, they wouldn't work for the banks, would they? But that's their job, and they get all the data, and they say they know as much as they can tell. But really, if they all knew...
They're just playing darts in the blind for the most part.
Well, they're doing their best with what they have.
Blind.
But we can't tell you which way, but we're hoping we're going down, at least next year. And the word on the street is they expect a full 1%. So at the moment there are quite a few fixed rates out in the market, but they're usually 2 years. The analysis usually says that if you lock in a fixed rate, the bank will generally win. Not when they were at 2%, that was a gift. We had that opportunity. Great to see in my lifetime, but don't know if I'll ever see it again, and I doubt I will. But we anticipate that if the rates they're offering for 2 years are in the mid to high fives at the moment, and standard variable rates are high fives into sixes for owner-occupied loans, we would expect that they'd drop below that within 12 months. That's what we've been told, but there's no crystal ball. Okay, hope that's helpful.
The next question. Oh, wait, sorry, we got the leaderboard. Oscar still rocketing ahead. Well done.
Oh,
Camilla
Camilla.
out of nowhere, rocketing into second. Well done. So, question 9 of 10. What percentage of Australians use mortgage brokers? Is it 74%? Is it 67%? 57%? Or 61%? It's nice to see at least all the answers are above 50%.
Yeah, that's right. Well and truly.
Gives me a bit of hope.
Thanks, Gabriel. She's happy. 2, 1. Okay,
And
what
to
do we got?
surprise you all, 74%
Thank
of
you to those
Australians
13 people. Yes.
use mortgage brokers.
Thank you. Yes, and there's a reason why 74% of people, because it is often a lot more complicated than you think. And I laugh when people come to us and they say, oh, I should have known about this. I said, why should you know something that I've spent the last 25, 30 years learning and getting, and we constantly update? Why should you know? That's what we do for a living, and we are constantly in the market searching and assessing and offering different opportunities. We are bombarded every single day by emails from every lender telling us what's the latest and greatest opportunity. So unless you're doing the same, it's very hard to keep up, I promise. And I have a whole team offshore. We have a big team offshore who research the market and keep things up to date for us. So it's a full-time job, I promise. So thank you to those who've worked with brokers and trusters, and that's what we love. We love being a trusted advisor to people. Next question.
Well,
Oh,
we've
the
got the
leaderboard.
leaderboard. Oh, there's contention.
Oh,
Felicity
Felicity's
back in
back.
second.
Oh.
Now, can we pull through for a win, or is Oscar still going to take it?
Okay, let's see what
All right.
happens.
So we have our last question of the day. What is the most appropriate loan for a flipper? Now, all you flippers in the room, you should know this.
Oh, maybe.
Is it a standard variable interest only investment loan? Is it an owner-occupied interest only loan? Is it a line of credit? Or is it a standard variable principal and interest investment loan? Well done.
Yes.
The vast majority knew. Some of them we've done loans for you exactly on this topic just recently.
Now, the trick is it does depend on your circumstances, and you could be using to flip for your owner-occupied property, and so that will change this. But most people are using it for investment, so it's not definitively true, the answer. It depends on your circumstances. So please, if you want assistance with looking at that, please ask us. So
we're always here to help. But now, the moment we've all really been waiting for. Who won? And Felicity rocketing into first place.
whoa!
With just scraping through. Oscar, I'm sorry to see it. The disappointment.
So where is Felicity here or on? Yay,
in the room.
Felicity! No.
You will come and grab your grand
Yeah,
prize.
red one, actually. Yeah, and the champagne there.
So we got a bottle of champagne. I told you there were good prizes on the table. And there you are. There you are. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done to Felicity. That's a great effort, everyone. And thank you all for playing along and participating. I hope that was a little more fun than just getting told the answers and you got into it a bit. But thanks so much for participating. Now, we just have 2 little more things. So what information or document should you bring to a meeting with your mortgage broker? So let's smash through this one, because this might be useful.
Just submit your answers, throw them in the chat box below, and we'll see how many of them get them right. How many of you were really paying attention? I have no idea. That's fair. Net wealth position. That's a nice way of putting it.
Oh, good. Here we go.
Here we are. Very good. Everyone was paying attention. It very much looks like everyone was looking at the quiz today. Oh, we've got 2 pages. Well, I think we get the idea.
Yeah, no, this is great. So you're all doing very well. Yes, your ID is vital, and we usually will get 100 points ID. Now, a lot of banks and things won't ask you for 100 points, but we always do, because we know that when we do a send it through to a lender for your credit check automatically. If we have 100 points, you actually get higher on their credit score. So it's always worth, that's just a tip. The other thing they look for is 3 years in where you've been living history and 3 years of your employment history. If you've changed house every 6 months, they'll want to know about it and they're looking for it. So maybe move home with mum for a period. But at least, so just be aware of that. And most people go, oh, well, why is that even a thing? But they just want to see how stable you are, and it shows that you're, again, getting higher on their credit score. So keep that information in the back of your head when you're applying. Bank statements, yes, they're looking at the last 3 months of your living expenses and any direct debits. So if you don't want things seen, pay them by cash or go to the bank and pay direct. I'm not telling you to commit fraud, but what I'm saying is, you know, if you've got some big expenses, I laughed. I had one client say, well, we haven't paid the school fees for 3.5 months, so you should be right. You know, they paid before and they paid after, but not during the application, which was hilarious. But lenders can often, under the open banking scheme, they can see what's on your accounts anyway. But we still ask, because we check them first to ward off any untoward lenders who you might say, oh, well, we've got all this and that's fine, but it might not suit one lender, it may suit another better. So that's why we ask and we check very carefully all your statements and your home loan statements for 6 months. And people go, oh, God, I've sent you the last 6 month statement I got, but it finished in June 30, but they're actually looking for 6 months of transaction. So I'll need one original statement and then the transaction listings up to current date. So that'll be up to today's date, all right? There's lots of things there, but if you want any, you've done really well and you should all be ready to go see your brokers.
I do love a bribe. I'll take a bribe. I'll write your loan for a bribe.
No.
But I will summarise a lot of what we're seeing here is, as far as brokers go, we've got two roles. We look at all your figures and create the financial story. But a lot of our clients know we're also creative storytellers. Now, we have to make you as attractive to the lender as possible. So we get to know a lot about you, so I tell them the best parts.
That's true. He's a very good storyteller. Okay, and the final thing is, The
final thing is my face, apparently.
On the tables there are some doorway decisions. That's our Magalog. So if you want any further information, don't hesitate to reach out and have a look at that. And no, there is one more. Any questions?
If anyone would like to pop in a question, otherwise we are here all day. If you'd like to have a quiet chat with us.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. I'd want you to tell us that, and we would check that with you and include that in the story. Oh, sorry, great idea. So the question was, if you're renovating your own home and moving on, and you're moving more regularly, but what we want to do is actually explain that to the lender and then say, well, there's a reason why we're doing this, so they can actually overcome that. Because sometimes some lenders will just do an automatic assessment and those things will cut you down. We might go to a lender then who actually does a manual assessment and not just hits you on a credit score. Yep. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Demelza. Yeah. Okay, Felicity. Yes. Yeah, great question. So Felicity has just asked, yes, yep. If someone in a couple, and you're applying for the first home buyer's situation, if one of the couple has owned a property before and the other hasn't, unfortunately that means you fail to qualify. Yes, so if you are, and that's why I said to you, some people say, oh no, I'm a single, and then the bank will go say, oh, are you really? Because what we've seen is you're not. So just watch out for that, yeah. There was a question over here, sorry. No, if you're de facto living together. Yeah.
So the question is, what did they consider as a couple?
And usually, yeah, and it's not, I mean, it depends on what evidence there is. And often people will be paying things from a joint account and they will see that. Yep. So if you want to be completely separate, you're not. And it's very difficult. People will automatically start creating things as a couple. They don't realise that what can be seen. Yep.
So this is a great question. So if you've been renting for quite a while, how hard is it to get a loan? And the good news is it's not that difficult at all in reality. So a lot of lenders now, they take into account your rent as part of your
ability to repay.
And they take that as and they waive it as part of your living expenses. They don't consider it going forward. They understand that you're renting and now going to own. But yeah, no, it's very, very simple, and that's why we're very lucky to help a lot of first-home buyers move from rentals, from paying someone else's mortgage to paying off their own.
And often people will be surprised at how low the repayment can be when they've been paying rent. And they go, oh, well, that's my rental payment. Why don't I buy a house, you know? So it's well worth having a look at too. Yes? Oh, that's tricky. You are naughty.
So the question was, what's the dream for this business of ours?
Oh,
or yours, I should say.
Yeah, we are growing madly, and that's what we love, because a growing business is a healthy business. That means we're helping more people. So absolutely true. That's what we want. And we're delighted. And we have a lovely... Oh, we've got a photo of my team.
No, we don't. In the books, in the booklets on your table, you'll see a photo of our wonderful team.
And they're growing as well. And they're like working day and night. I have to stop them. I say, don't answer emails out of hours and weekends. But they go, oh, no, I just had to do whatever. Now, is there any questions from the online team? Any questions from...
So we haven't got any questions here.
Okay.
But I will say the real opportunity for and the real dream of our business is to grow our community, grow like-minded and empower women like yourselves, to continue taking those chances, continue taking those opportunities to buy, to flip houses, to get your own dreams coming true. And we just want to be a part of that. And Louise wants to travel 6 months of the year.
He's so much better at this than me. I just love that. Sorry, there was another question there. Yep.
So the question was, on an investment interest-only loan that you're using for a flip, okay, the interest that you paid, say you do a flip in 2 months, does that count as interest for your tax deduction?
So we would refer you to your accountant, because that will depend on your personal circumstances, but usually that's why we write a separate loan, so it's very clear to say that's the interest you're paying, and then they prefer it that way, the accountants that we deal with. Yeah. So I would ask that question to them, because it just depends on you, but generally that would be acceptable. But as I said, I can't guarantee that. Yeah. Yes?
Oh, we need to wrap up. I just want to say thank you so much for that.
One last question here. We'll just take this. And then... Yes, so that's a great question.
So the question is, if you're taking an investment interest-only loan for a flip, the bank's obviously going to know if the idea is that you are flipping. They're not going to see that interest paid over 30 years. It's going to be very quickly. How does the bank view that loan?
So when we are doing those loans for you, we generally charge a fee, because any loan that is refinanced or sold within 18 months to 2 years, we get clawed back on. So they don't pay us at all. So, and neither does the bank make money. So although they charge you some fees, and during the time, we actually earn zero, they get something. So generally if we are organising that loan for you, we'll have to charge you a fee up front. The bank, we don't run yelling and screaming to them that we are doing a flip and that's your strategy, because sometimes we are able to roll that loan onto the next property, and that keeps them happy. So we actually keep the relationship with the lender and say, right, well, I know you bought that property and now you've sold it, but you're about to do another one, so we try and keep the loan in play. Thank you.
So now that we've talked your ear off about finance, we just want to say thank you to Bernadette, thank you to Deborah for having us. If you have any questions for us, we're around all day.
Thank you.
And we hope to
it's our
talk to you all
pleasure to be
soon.
here.
Thank you.